Hey everyone, good to see you here. This is Viper Strike 95 here today, and happy Wednesday to everyone. Good to see you all here, and welcome. So we're out here at Nellis Air Force Base, outside of the beautiful Sin City of Las Vegas, Nevada, and welcome everyone. So for this Wednesday, we will be doing something really fun, inspired by the Reno expansion. We're going to take off here from Nellis, and we're going to actually fly all the way to Reno at Reno Stead Airport, the main airport here in Reno, in honor of the Reno expansion that just came out this last week. So, some bit of information about here about Nellis. Nellis Air Force Base is known for the exercise Red Flag, and it's one of the most important Air Force bases here in the United States Air Force. And a lot of different air wings train here. Now, Nellis was established in 1941 as Las Vegas Airfield, and it has been used since the Second World War for many different stuff. In our flight plan today, we're going to do something a bit interesting. So today's flight plan will take us here from Nellis. We'll be traveling through the Las Vegas Strip. Through Las Vegas and the Strip. We'll go through Red Rock Canyon, Charleston Peak, in Death Valley National Park. The Telescope and Sentinel Peaks, we're going to go right between those. And the first leg will end by landing here at Kern Valley Airport at Lima Oscar Lima 05. And then for the second leg, we'll travel through Sequoia National Forest to Mount Whitney, Midway Mountain, Kings Canyon. Then we go through Sierra National Forest. Then we go to the world-famous Yosemite National Park, including the famous Half Dome. Then we'll land here at Oscar 24, right outside of Mono Lake. And then we get back from here, travel through Tower Peak, Mount Patterson, Round Top, and through Lake Tahoe, one of the largest freshwater lakes in the country. Then travel through downtown Reno, into Reno itself, and then we'll land here at Reno Stead, where they do all the Reno air races and stuff. Good to see everyone. I see QC Frank. Thank you for the follow earlier today. Thanks for coming by, and I see you spawned in. Now for the plane we're going to take. We're going to take one of the new planes from the Reno Air expansion. This is the P-51 Mustang, a plane I've been waiting so long to see in the simulator. Now, this particular P-51 is the P-51D Wild Willie 2. Now, the history of this plane is that this plane was manufactured in Dallas, and it was delivered into service in 1944. After the war, it became a racing plane. In 1964, became a racing plane, and it was a champion of a number of different configurations. The last, as Red Baron, is it set a world record for piston engines in 1979. Unfortunately, a plane crash a month later destroyed it. But thankfully, thanks to the fact that thankfully the plane was salvaged and was rebuilt into this beautiful, incredible plane. So definitely a very beautiful representation of the P-51 Mustang. Definitely look how beautiful this thing looks. It just stuns. Now I'm going to get into the cockpit. Now let's get this checklist. Let's get this engine started. So we turn off the magnet. Off. Turn the battery switch on. So here's the battery. Turn the alternator. Open inch. That's good. Idle cutoff. We put the prop thing at max. I think it's already at max. Power here should be normal. It's normal. Fuel selector, main tank LH. I should get this thing fueled. I'm going to fuel it to max, so this thing doesn't have the greatest range in the whole world. Turn on the fuel boost. Now, each 5051 cockpit, mind you, if you get the full version, each of the cockpits and stuff is actually a bit different, depending on each. So, for example, this cockpit here for the Wee Willie is different than, let's say, you take the Voodoo version, which each of the cockpits here are a bit different on the Mustang. Can we turn on the primer? There's a primer right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, and then hey, she's on. The Mustang's on. Woohoo! And we do the oil pressure, and that is going to start our engine. It must be selected into fusion tank. Turn on the avionics. Avionics are now on. The props max, and we can just release the parking brake. So that is our Mustang. We got the Mustang started. Look at that. We got this beautiful Mustang started. We're going to keep it at low because, like I said, this is a very powerful plane. This is a Merlin engine powered plane. So, of course, this thing is going to be a bit quick. Now, for the runway, I'm going to take off here 2-1 right. 2-1 right. I'm going to be needing to taxi this Mustang. It is a bit of a powerful bird, though. So I hope the rest of you all have a good week. I hope the rest of you in chat have had a good week. I know that it's been pretty busy. I know some of you might have pretty busy with Thanksgiving plans. I know that tomorrow's going to be Thanksgiving. We get to actually have that turkey and such. Oh yeah, this thing also has a GPS, so I know it's in the bottom left. You can actually put GPS coordinates, but I don't think for this one we don't need GPS. But yeah, I've flown the P-51 more than a few times, and it's a really, really fun plane. Like I said, I'm happy we got it. I know I've also flown the Texan, and that Texan is, I think, even better as the Texan. The Texan, I want to take that at a later flight, but the Texan's brilliant too. I'm just happy we got, and so is the Albatross. The Albatross is pretty good too. I'm not so much with the Pitts, but that's because we already got a Pitts in the sim. But I mean, nothing wrong with another Pitts, especially the fact that it's a single seater. Okay, we're now on the runway. And now the one thing we gotta be careful is we're not gonna put this at max RPM because the P force is gonna be there'd be way too much torque in this to pull this. We've gotta keep. And we're off. No flaps needed. We're gonna go ahead and put the gear down, and now we're gonna fly the Mustang. It'll slightly lower the trim a little bit, and we're now off. See if there's any other. There's like different radiator flaps. Still haven't explored a lot of the. Look at that, it's pretty insane already. So now we're going to go through the Las Vegas Strip. Now, one of the things we're going to be doing here, I apologize for controlling it. Like I said, a lot of this is new. So this is beautiful Las Vegas here. Definitely one of the major entertainment capitals in the world. Also, here's a fact a lot of people don't know. Las Vegas in about Las Vegas now has two Major League Sports teams now. Their original being the Las Vegas Knights hockey team, ice hockey team, and then the other one is what they acquired from Oakland. The Raiders are now part of Las Vegas. I mean, look at this. This is just amazing, Las Vegas. We're gonna blitz through the strip, the Vegas Strip. There's the Stratosphere Tower, probably the tallest building here in Las Vegas. Anyway, it's also got a bit of some amusement rides on top of it. Trying to blitz this Mustang through the Vegas Strip. That one with the light shine top, that is the Luxor. So that's kind of how it looks like. There's the Luxor, and look at that, we just blitz right through the Vegas Strip. That is just insane. Now, the next part we're going to be visiting is Red Rock Canyon. Red Rock Canyon is a national conservation area. It was established in 1967, and it's around 197,000 acres of land. Now we just put back the green. And it's right by the La Madre Mountains and such. Definitely a very beautiful area to see. And look at that beautiful Red Rock Canyon. Definitely an absolute beauty of a place, especially in the sunrise. Now, if you don't have the Mustang, if you can fly with the Flying Iron Spitfire, you can fly with the P-38, the A6M0. You can even take the Albatross in the MB-309. And if you don't have any of the Warbirds, a really good one is the TBM. The TBM is a perfectly good bird to take here as well. It goes nearly as fast as the Warbirds do. We have beautiful Red Rock Canyon. It is absolutely gorgeous here. So I've seen that Fabio's doing the Boeing 247, which is a very anticipated plane a lot of people really like to see. And I definitely think there's a lot of appeal to it. Like classic vintage planes is what I'm about. Like I like the vintage planes. I do like Warbirds as well, and then bush planes are my thing is mainly vintage and bush planes. But I like flying the Warbirds too. Warbirds are always really nice to fly. And mainly I'm GA. GA all the way. This is just marvelous. We're gonna look at that. Boom, we're just gonna fly way up there. We're gonna fly. Here's Griffith Peak to my right is Griffith Peak. Right here is Griffith Peak, one of the tall points here, and then the one next to it is Charleston Peak. We're gonna be flying through there. This is just absolutely incredible. Holy crap, the view from this is just gorgeous. Hey, Daiki! Good to see you, Daiki Decimus. Nice to see you around here. I'm doing quite well. So I'm taking the P-51 Mustang. I just took off from Nellis, and I'm heading my way to Reno. We're going through this leg. We're going to go through Death Valley National Park. And we just went past Red Rock and Canyon Conservatory area. So yeah, we're flying through that area now. So I'm hoping things went well with you. I hope things went well with you yesterday, or at least for today. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous today. What a wonderful day for flying, that's for sure. All's fine. My stream is nice. The flight was not the easiest, though. Yeah, you were flying the DC-6 yesterday, and by the way, I do actually now have the DC-6, but I'm not gonna. I was tempted to fly it today, but I decided I'm probably gonna fly it Sunday, as I need more time to actually learn the plane because the DC-6 is not like the Junkers or anything else I've flown yet. It is a completely different beast, not just in how big it is, but also how much fidelity it is. It's such a difficult plane to kind of learn at first. So that's why I want to wait until I get more experience. And there it is. Look at that is just insane. P-51 Mustang in the desert of Nevada. It is just into California. That is just stunning. In the P-51 Mustang, I really do like the Mustang. It is a very, very fun plane to fly. Now, now I do want to give you a tidbit or two about Death Valley. So one of the things Death Valley is very infamous for is for how dry it is. It, it this area has had some of the highest temperatures in the entire country in terms of like temperatures. It is extremely hot. In fact, there's the record temperature, the record high temperature of Death Valley is 134 degrees, which is insane. Which is insanely hot. I mean, in comparison, a lot of other places high is like around 100 degrees. This is it can get to 134, which is just that is insanely high temperature. Or if you want, or if you're in the Europeans, or if you're not American, that's like 57 degrees Celsius, which is very warm. Also, Death Valley National Park has actually been inhabited by Native Americans since as early as 7000 BC. Which, I mean, how would anyone just settle and survive in Death Valley? Especially with how dry Death Valley is. How hot and dry it is. It's crazy how they managed to even survive. Yeah, DC said, yeah, oh, Bendix radios, but the VORs were broken all over Peru. So it was flying with the charter map, looking out the window at 23,000 feet. Yeah, that's tricky. Like, I feel bad for the VORs being broken in Peru. Yeah, especially with how high everything's in Peru. Like, especially if you get near the Andes and all that. Like, that could be especially difficult. Like, that could be really difficult. Because if you're that high in Peru, like, you're more worried about mountains because usually when you fly in the Andes, you would have to worry about all the different mountains throughout the Andes range. It goes all over Peru. So that's good. That makes it even more difficult to fly. Still fun. Yep. It's still fun, and I definitely like flying over Peru. Also, no GPS or trace active for me in those flights. Yeah, that also makes things a bit more difficult. Like, for me at least, I think it's going to be more difficult. But I bet with you, you could probably do it, knowing how skilled you are. About 320 hours in now with the DC-6. That's really impressive, though. 320 hours DC-6. Well, most of the time when I spend on the DC-6, I try to get my throttle settings and all that the way they should. Like, I can handle anything else in the cockpit. I just need help with throttle and such. Yeah, the DC-6 looks more daunting than she is. Yeah, that's what I noticed too. Because you have the flight engineer, which I think was really smart for PM and DG's part, because I understand that Microsoft Flight Simulator is a way more accessible sim than a lot of their products were in PPD. I bet that's probably why they added it, because you gotta understand Microsoft Flight Simulator is a much more accessible flight sim compared to some of the others. Yeah, I've already set up one for the DC-6. So yeah, I've already got a special profile for the DC-6 and such. So I'm pretty much set for flying it on Sunday. I just need to spend more time. But yeah, I flew it earlier and I really love it. I think it's going to be a really good plane for my collection. And one of the other things, though, I mentioned I like about this P-51, I like the D model because the visibility is worse, and I think that's why a lot of pilots like the D models and such, because the visibility is amazing, especially when you're dogfighting. Visibility is really important for that. Yeah, flying a full simulated flight, that takes me an hour to get in the air. Yep. Oh yeah, and here's one more thing too. I forgot about Death Valley. Some areas of it were used as a film location for Star Wars. Mainly, is actually what they used for the fictional setting of Tatooine, which is where they found Luke Skywalker and all that during the original movie. But with group flights, I just used the AFE and I'm ready to take off for 5 minutes. Yep, I may do the same thing starting Monday. Maybe with the Northwest Passage stuff on Merstream, this might be a good time for me to get more used to the DC-6. I think that might be a good opportunity. Daiki, apparently I got a new book coming my way. It talks about the JU-52 and its history with Lufthansa. And one of the cool things is that it talked about the journey of the specific plane, Delta Dash Alpha uh, Q Uniform India, which is one of the 3 of the last airworthy JU-52s. And it talks about the journey it took from Miami to Hamburg. So I'm getting that book for me, and I'm gonna also get a similar book called The Saga of Iron Annie, which talks about Martin Kaiden actually restoring that J52, which is actually the story behind the retrofit version in the sim. So I'm actually thinking about doing that journey after I do the Berlin to Beijing flight. So I'm doing the 1926 Lufthansa Berlin to Beijing flight, and then doing the story with Martin Kaiden's JU-52 trip for restoration. So I'm thinking about doing that, and I think that would be a really cool idea. You really don't have luck this week, eh? Oh, don't get me started. Okay, so Allison's stream, I participated. I got a T-shirt, but because the stream from my internet was buffering so bad, he didn't load it in, and then yesterday I was on Beatmit stream. I participated in it, but I wasn't watching that stream that time because I was with Colonel Fork and all that, and I missed out on the stream because I don't usually get to see Colonel Fork live. So I missed out on 2 prizes, but thankfully for the T-shirt, I just bought the T-shirt with my own money. So at least I feel better about not having the free T-shirt. But the Aerosoft thing, I didn't know I was going to win because I didn't know how many people participate. I didn't know how to win. I think it served my lesson, Daiki. I should probably just stick to the end of the stream, or at least keep track of the stream. So yeah, I'm good to have pretty bad luck. You're in too many teams. I'm not in too many streams. I don't want to stick to one stream for too long. That's probably what it is. But I also have to understand too. I'm also working on my baseball sort of thing, so I was also too busy trying to get the baseball stuff. So that past year, we went through Telescope Peak, and there was Sentinel Peak to my left. Is Sentinel Peak. We should be arriving to Kern Valley pretty quickly. Yeah, I missed the Chrono Fork raid with 1 minute yesterday. Just raided Forder and stopped my stream. No worries, Forder's a great content creator, Daiki. Forder's a wonderful content creator. That'll be one of my favorites to watch. He's very friendly, and I think that family-friendly atmosphere is what I like about Forder. And like I said, he actually will help you teach you how to fly in the sim. I don't think there are many others who could probably do it in the way Forder could.
Simulate.
Yeah, like I said, Ducky, this area is just absolutely wonderful to fly the Mustang. And I can't wait to fly the Mustang more often on streams. I'm with Forder since day one. Prop the first one that is still active that I followed when the sim came out. Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, Forder's a good choice. I'm cooking dinner, going to work tomorrow. No issue, Ducky. I guess we'll see you soon then. So we're now going through Death Valley, and we're now heading to Kern Valley Airport. We're getting to Sequoia National Forest. So Sequoia National Forest is located within the Sierra Nevada mountains, which is where we need to go for Yosemite National Park and such. So definitely a very beautiful area to visit. I'll talk more when we get to land. Gonna go through simple aileron roll. There's the simple aileron roll. Pretty fun. For any of you all haven't tried it yet. Yeah, this thing even has a GPS and radio. I didn't think about that, looking more in the cockpit. Like, some of them even have a GPS in it. Like, Lady B, for example, has an autopilot, but for some reason it doesn't work. So some interesting specifications about the P-51, this particular model. Its top speed is around 437 miles an hour, and if you want the metric conversion, by the way, well, this thing could go around 379 knots. This is fast. It can climb at 3,200 feet per minute, powered by a 1,695 horsepower V12 Packard Merlin engine. In military service, this thing can actually go up to 41,900 feet. In the sim, it says around 16,000, but that's completely inaccurate. This thing can go way higher than that. And the range is around 950 miles, which translated to nautical miles. That's around 825 nautical miles in the real version. It can go to 825 nautical miles, but the one in the sim about the range is also completely inaccurate. It should be matching the real range of the Mustang. And the reason I say I complain about that is because the real Mustangs, when they were built to try and keep up with the range of the B-17 bombers. As a long-range single-seat fighter, these were originally built for long range anyway, because they were used to help protect bombing range during Germany during the Second World War, and make it back. And during that war, because it used to be powered by an Allison engine, but once they But they replaced the P-51As used to be with the Allison engine. And while the P-51 was a solid fighter, the Allison engine let it down because it couldn't do much at high altitudes, which was the whole purpose of the P-51 Mustang. Because the P-51 was supposed to be there to protect the bombers, and if it couldn't reach high altitudes, it couldn't really do well. Once it was replaced by the Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, this plane became one of the best fighters in the war, easily able to compete with any of the Luftwaffe's fighters. And once the D version came out, which is the definitive version of the Mustang, it became probably one of the best, if not the best, performing American fighter in the entire war. It completely dominated. In fact, this was the main plane used to ensure air superiority in the Western Front in 1944. It was even also used in North Africa, the Mediterranean, Italian, and Pacific theaters of the Second World War. And during the Second World War, Mustang pilots claimed to have destroyed 4,950 enemy aircraft out of the sky. This thing was even used in the Korean War, at the start of it at least, until the jet fighters took over. And it even became a specialized fighter bomber. In fact, some air forces have even used the Mustang all the way to the early 1980s. And of course, this thing is a very popular racing plane because, like I said, it's fast and it's quite maneuverable too. So it's, like I said, a fantastic plane, and I love the P-51 to death. It's a fantastic aircraft. So we're getting near Kern Valley. I think Kern Valley is over here, so I'm going to start lowering the altitude. We're going to lower the power. So we're getting near Lake Isabel down here. It is. It is very beautiful. Like this area is absolutely gorgeous. Now I'm gonna have to try landing this thing. Gonna get right there, and I think the runway is right around here. So we gotta turn around. I believe our landing strip should be right in front of us. It is. It's right in front of us. Front left. So we're gonna increase the trim. And that's going to complete leg one. We're gonna put power there. And land is with 3,100 feet up a runway. Okay. Oh God, I over. Give me. Not easy to land this thing, but I did get it stopped, so I stopped it. Oh boy, that was a bit of chaotic landing. That was kind of a chaotic landing in the Mustang. Not going to lie. Didn't want to use exterior mode and try to make sure I landed this properly. Yeah, this is a really cool area to fly, especially if you're a bush pilot. So this is Kern Valley. I don't see anyone else here, so I guess I can't get ready to take off here. Now, if you guys want to join in, I'm on East USA server, and here's the route for today's flight. We just landed here at Kern Valley Airport here today. I'm on East USA. That's my home server. Mm, honest. Just trying to readjust the sound so I can hear the. Yeah, look at that engine. That is just. That sounds so. I'm gonna go ahead and re-taxi back off from the airport. We're gonna be heading to a new place here. We're gonna head through Sequoia National Forest and Sequoia National Park, including visiting Mount Whitney, the tallest mountain in all of California. And no, and actually, Mount Whitney isn't just the tallest mountain in California. I forgot. It's the highest mountain of all the contiguous United States. Oh. Have to go. Have fun, Piper. See you later. Cheers. No, cheers to you, Daiki. Thank you for coming here today. I'm just taxiing back to the end of the runway. Back off. Gonna rapidly pick up speed again. That would be pretty nice. Now we're going through Sequoia National Forest. So, Sequoia National Forest, for those who don't know, is actually named after one of the most important things about the National Forest. It's named after the giant sequoia tree, or known as the giant redwood tree. It is the sole species of its genus of coniferous trees known as redwoods. This is listed as an endangered species, and this thing is some of the largest trees on the planet. These things are absolutely huge. They grow to 50 to 85 meters high, which is around 164 to 279 feet high, with trunk diameters reaching between 20 to 26 feet, or 68 meters. The record tallest tree is around 311 feet, which is pretty crazy. So we should get this back up a bit. Also, yeah, this thing can climb really fast. Dude, this thing's insane power. I can climb this. So, main height, we're going to get around 11,000 feet to clear this first thing. It should be difficult. This Mustang should have no issue climbing. So now we gotta take this through. I just need to adjust my sound settings again. So we should get pretty high up there. So the first land point is Sequoia National Park, and we're gonna be right near Mount Whitney. I think Mount Whitney's right up there in the distance. So one of the places we'll be looking for is Mount Whitney. Now, Mount Whitney, for a lot of those who don't know, is the tallest peak in all the contiguous 48 states at 14,500 feet. And it makes up for the part of Sequoia National Park. This tall mountain was first ascended all the way back by Clarence King, and he attempted to actually climb Mount Whitney in 1873. Very beautiful area here. Definitely some wonderful flying area. So we're now getting to all this canyon area. This flies through the Kern River, which is down below us. We're basically going to follow that. So now we're gonna get through. This is King Canyon National Park. We're gonna be heading through here. Definitely some beautiful flying area around here. It's absolutely gorgeous around here, Kings Canyon National Park. This is just really beautiful. What a very nice area to fly, that's for sure. Just flying through all the mountains. That is just divine. Holy, that's just stunning. Talking about a wonderful area to fly, that's for sure. Yeah, expect me to fly the Mustang a lot, that's for sure. I mean, this is just insane flying. Love it here. So I want to ask you all in the chat is I hope your all's week has been going well. I've had a good week. I've been working on the final. I nearly got everything done for Sunday stream, the final stream of the baseball inspired series to Seattle, and I'm planning to take it with my newly bought PM&DG C6, and I'm gonna take it to Seattle. So now once we get there, we're going to go to Sierra National Forest. And then we're going to get to the big part of this stream. We're going to go to Yosemite National Park. One of America's classic national parks. This is just amazing. I love this Mustang. What a beautiful bird. Definitely love to take her on a flight, that's for sure. So there's Sierra National Forest, and I mean, just look at this. There's Sierra National Forest. This is Lake Thomas Edison, and I mean, this is just amazing to fly over. So this here is Yosemite National Park. We're gonna head towards it now. Now, Yosemite is probably one of America's oldest national parks. It was a national park all the way back in 1890. Over 2 million visitors visited there just last year. And usually every year it draws around 4 million visitors. Yosemite is known, 95% of all of Yosemite National Park is designated wilderness. And the geology of this area is kind of unique as it's characterized by lots of granite rocks, about 10 million years ago. And there's a lot of different iconic rocks and such, include El Capitan, which is a vertical rock formation, Half Dome, Half Dome and Sentinel Dome rise around 3,000 to 4,000 feet respectively above the valley floor. So we'll be visiting a few of the iconic stuff about Yosemite National Park. And yeah, here's Yosemite. This is just amazing. Just absolutely gorgeous flying area. The Yosemite's a glorious flying area. There's Iron Mountain. So we're going to fly through a bit of Yosemite National Park. Then once we do that, we're going to get prepared to land here at Lee Benning afterwards. So here is Yosemite National Park in front of us. Just pay a visit to Half Dome, Sentinel Dome, and the rest of the unique features here.
Feature complete.
So here's Yosemite National Park. We're going to go ahead and quickly turn. This is a very agile plane. Let's through it, boys. Let's through. We're now going to go through Half Dome. There's Half Dome in front of us. Here's one of the Yosemite landmarks. Hey, Foxtrot, I kept having connection issues. Streaming for you seem okay now. Anyone else not hearing audio? I hear audio just fine. I think I had to turn down the application audio. I think I had to change internet connection blocks because my internet wasn't working, but now it's working perfectly fine now. So this here is the Half Dome, one of the most iconic landmarks in all of Yosemite. We're just gonna fly through Half Dome here. And here's the Yosemite Valley down below. To our right is Yosemite Valley. Absolutely beautiful. Will read system. Audio is a little choppy when it comes through. You might want to restart your system. All right. Sorry about that, Fox. Now we're gonna fight through quite a few other ones. There's Mount Hoffman, Holly Dome, but those are some of the landmarks here in Yosemite. Double Rock. Yeah, the Mustang is so much fun. For me, I love the Mustang. The Mustang is just so fun. It is a fun plane to fly. I know it's not the most detailed Warbird. It's not as detailed, let's say, the Flying Iron Spitfire, but I love this thing. I mean, like I said, I think this is going to be a beautiful plane for the collection. We're just going to get past the mountain, and then we're going to descend all the way to Zone 24. We're going to land on runway 33. I'll try to get through the top of this mountain. So we should now be able to send, I think that's our runway down here. So we're gonna go ahead and turn off the power. We're going ahead and pull up all the flaps. And set this thing. So let's see if I can pull off plane better this time. Well, and this thing can be a bit messy. Okay, island. So we're outside of Mono Lake, here at Lee Vining Airport, right at the base of the Yosemite National Park. Yes, that was a tricky landing. Very, very tricky. Kind of pull off. So yeah, we're right outside of Mono Lake. Here. Mono Lake is actually a saltine lake here in Mono County. It was formed at least 760,000 years ago. And because of the high level of salts in the water, water is quite alkaline, and it's unique for having a productive ecosystem based on brine shrimp, which live in these waters, and it provides a habitat for nearly 2 million uh, 2 million migratory birds that feed on the shrimp and flies every year. Definitely a very beautiful area here. Yeah, we're going to prepare for the final leg of the trip. Let me pull back my nav map. So we're going from Lee Vining Airport. We're going to fly back into the end part of Yosemite, then fly to Mount Patterson, then back to Round Top, and then we'll go down through Lake Tahoe and return back to Nevada, and then land here. Then fly to Reno, and then land at Reno State Airport, which is where the Reno Air Races have been held here for a very long time. Let's get back to the aircraft. Back. Well, since we're right near the end of this runway, we can just go back. we're off. Now we're just gonna rotate around. Now we're going to go to the left-hand combat tanks. And we're going to climb all the way back to nearly 1,400 feet. We're going to climb back really, really high, which is a better rate. Now we're going to go to the left-hand combat tank. Look how fast this thing just climbs. This thing just shoots through the air. So we're going to visit Tower Peak. Just going to fly over more Yosemite National Park. Now we're gonna go through Tower Peak. We're gonna visit Mount Patterson next. Mount Patterson, which is tall hills. Now we're going to go visit Round Top. So Round Top is around this area here. To our left is the Round Top. Then, now we're going to go to visit Lake Tahoe, the largest alpine lake in North America. Thankfully for this one, we don't really need to go really high altitude. We can actually skim along the Zephyr pretty loft. Here it is, there's Lake Tahoe. Now, some information about Lake Tahoe, for a lot of people who don't know about it, is the largest alpine lake in North America. It's around 122 billion acres. In fact, only the 5 Great Lakes are larger in volume in the United States. It lies at 6,225 feet high, which is around nearly 1,900 meters. It's also an extremely deep lake, as its deepest point is 1,645 feet, making it the second deepest in the U.S. behind Crater Lake. And it's a major tourist attraction in both Nevada and California, as it's the home of winter sports, summer recreation, and very beautiful scenery. USAPR1, good to see you. Mute on? I'm not mute. I'm not muted, actually. Still no audio. Let me check. It says my mic is working, but I don't know. I think my mic is working. I think it's... Is it blurring out because of the desktop audio? Still getting no sound, Sister Ferris. That's weird. So can you hear me now? Where's my stream? That's weird. I have all my mic sites working. I don't know what's going on with it. Maybe... It's all audio, not just the mic. That's really weird. Because with my mic, it's working. Either something's wrong with the sounds. That's weird. I've never had this issue yet before. So, can you guys hear me now? I believe. Can you guys hear my sound now? I guess that might be the problem. I just want to ask you guys this. So can you guys hear me now? Just heard a bit of better sound and then just cut back out. I wonder what that could be. Could it be... I don't think it's my mic. I think people have heard my voice in the past just fine. I think it's something to do with my OBS something. It was working earlier to. It was working earlier today. I don't know how it's not working. So how's things working now? This is weird. A bit of sound then. Okay, that's better. So what kind of issue is it then? Some intermittent background. So we're getting near Reno. Reno is actually the second largest city in all of Nevada. It's only behind Las Vegas and larger. Reno is obviously well known for the Reno air races and such. Almost like there's a loose connection. Maybe it's my internet connection. Maybe. Check and see if mine's webcam, maybe. Let me unconnect and reconnect my webcam. Okay, I think it's... Weird. Let me go ahead and... There, let's see if that works now. I redid and undid the video capture device. So I think it should work. There it is again, crackling, we can hear you. Robot sounded, then went away. So here's downtown Reno. We're gonna go ahead and pull down. There's Greater Nevada Field, home of the Reno Aces minor league baseball team. I believe it might be something else. Let me reopen my... I've been trying to see if there's any audio issue. That's weird though. My sound's not really working. That's weird. Like I said, I'm still new to Streamlab. I'm still new to OBS. Hey there, Sergeant Staff. I've been having audio issues for some strange reason. So we just got to the end. I'm gonna probably get ready to land at Reno Stead. This is where the Reno Air Race has been held. I'm on East USA, Raleigh. I'm on East USA. So I'm trying to get busy landing this thing because this thing is going to be a... Love the T6s. Yeah, I do. I like the T6s a lot. T6s are a lot of fun. I'm flying this Mustang. This is the end of our journey, believe it or not, Sergeant Staff in Raleigh. We're actually at the end. That was actually my best landing yet. And that concludes our trip here to Reno. And that's going to land us. So that's going to complete our journey here for the trip. No worries, thanks, mate. Oh, is the mic thing working? I hope I got that fixed. Because if you guys think you can hear me, I think everything's working out. I believe. This is Reno Stead. This is where they've been hosting all their Reno air races. So this actually now has photogrammetry and is photorealistic. Let's look at the airport for a sec. This here has some of the planes from Reno air races. There's the Hornet, the Pitts, the Albatross. What kind of sound issues? Apparently some people were complaining about earlier. People were complaining about how the audio went in and out and everything. But it seems like, from what I'm hearing about it, I think it seems to be fixed. I don't know yet though. But I'm not having to use much. You can see all the different pylons and such for the air races. And here's the grandstands. This is where people watch the races from up here. It happened a bit right there. Okay. That's weird. I might have to fix that pretty soon. Here's the Reno Stead Airport. This is overlooking the rest of this. And that is going to be it for the stream. So I think that is the Reno Stead Airport. Here today. So for the raid, I think we're going to raid the Flying Fabio. So I hope I can get these audio things fixed by Sunday, as we take my newly bought PM&DG Douglas DC-6 to Seattle, and that will conclude the end of the journey. I want to thank everyone here for being there. I'm sorry if the things have not been really where they should be. I'm hoping that we can get things fixed by the end of the stream. So I hope everyone's here, and take care, and see you and have a great rest of the day.